Hi everyone, I'm Yijie Zheng from University of Chinese Academy of Sciences. Today I'll present the EarthEmbeddingExplorer, a web application for cross-modal retrieval of global satellite images. This is joint work with my colleagues from Chinese Academy of Sciences, Asterisk Labs, and LGNDAI and University of College London. So let's start with the background. Recently, the machine learning and remote sensing community has produced many great foundation models like CLIP, Dino, and SetClip, and large satellite datasets like MajorTom. These foundation models and datasets, these foundation models, or what we also call embedding models, encode multimodal data into lightweight embeddings. While state-of-the-art Earth foundation models and global-scale datasets are becoming available, the heavy reliance on high-end GPU devices, terabyte-scale storage, and specialized machine learning expertise creates a significant barrier, preventing broader access to these powerful Earth embeddings for general scientific community. So we asked, can we make these Earth embeddings immediately usable without any local setup? Our answer is EarthEmbeddingExplorer, an open source cloud native web application. It offers three things: interactive cross-modal search. You can search satellite images with images, text images, or geolocations. Cloud native architecture. Everything, including the models and datasets, are stored on the open source platforms like ModelScope or Hugging Face. And zero local setup. No downloads, no installation, just open the link and use it. We built this for two groups. First, model developers. You can stress test your embeddings at global scale and check geographic biases, something hard to do with small local datasets. And second, geoscientists. You can quickly find, visualize, and export regions of interest using flexible queries, whether that's text descriptions, sample images, or just coordinates. So you may wonder, how does the embedding models actually connect a text description or geolocation to a satellite imagery? So the core logic relies on contrastive learning. So think of it as teaching the models to recognize the matches. And we use an image encoder to read satellite pixels. And at the same time, a text or location encoder to process the queries. The goal is simple: when the two match, the model pushes their embeddings to the same spot in a high-dimensional space. So to make it practical for Earth science, we integrated four specific models: SIGLIP, all-rounder for general facial patterns and text descriptions; FastLip, which is fine-tuned specifically for remote sensing data; a SetClip, which is most geospatial one. It focuses geographic coordinates to capture location-specific context; and finally, Dino V2, which is a self-supervised model pre-trained on natural images. So we pre-computed this satellite embeddings based on using the four embedding models. Okay, so for datasets, we used MajorTom Core Sentinel-2 L2A, global Sentinel-2 datasets. We uniformly sampled 1/9 of the MajorTom grids, about 249,000 grids. So this gives us a manageable but still globally representative sample. Here's how the system works. The front end takes your query, text, image, geolocation, and plus filters like date range, spatial bounds, model weights, and similarity threshold. The backend converts your query into embeddings, computes similarity scores against our pre-computed dataset, and returns the top k matching images plus a similarity map. The satellite images themselves are stored in the cloud Parquet files and fetched on demand using HTTP range downloads. We also export metadata and similarity scores for further analysis. Okay, let me show you a real example. We query tropical rainforests using 3 different methods. With StatClip, we use a GPS location near the Amazon, 4 degrees south, 63 degrees west, and it finds rainforest images. With FastLib, we use the text query, a satellite image of a tropical rainforest. And with FastLib image query, we feed it a sample rainforest imagery at the points of the location query. And when we infuse all three multimodal queries, the system finds global geographic regions that share semantic, visual, and geographic similarities. Our tool also handles very specific descriptions. For example, rectangular cattle pasture clearings, dust-toned access roads, and remaining rainforest blocks. So, or even more detailed fishbone deforestation pattern radiating from a highway into intact rainforest canopy. So these are real landscape patterns that geoscientists care about. The fact that text-to-image retrieval can find them shows the practical value for domain scientists. Now, our tool doesn't just retrieve images, it also reveals model problems. In this experiment, we used the text query, a satellite image of a slum to see how different models map this concept globally. On the left, we have SIGLib. You can see the results are quite intuitive and make sense geographically. However, the picture changes when we look at FastLib on the right. Despite being pre-trained on specialized remote sensing data, it exhibits significant bias. You notice high similarity scores appearing in unexpected regions like North America, East Asia, and North Europe, areas where slum level is contextually incorrect. So this leads us to a key insight. While the domain-specific pre-training is powerful, language supervision from remote sensing image capturing datasets is often biased. So the model might be overfitting to specific facial textures or text descriptions, like high-density roofing or certain land cover cadence, rather than understanding the true socioeconomic context. And we also look at physical geography queries. First, snow-covered mountains, FastLib constraints on the northern hemisphere, the Himalayas and the Rockies. It's basically following the major altitude belts it's saw during training. While the SIGLib behaves differently, it responds to the Andes and New Zealand's South Alps. And also, another case is glacier. The gap is even clearer. FastLib scores the Antarctic high, including the coastal edges, but SIGLib almost completely misses Antarctica, luckily because its pre-training corpus simply lacks polar data. So the insight is straightforward. Embedding models are geographically biased, and EarthEmbeddingExplorer makes this visible globally. Okay, to wrap up, EarthEmbeddingExplorer turns published Earth embeddings and foundation models into an interactive, practical tool. It supports cross-modal search, requires zero setup, and helps both developers and geoscientists. The web application is live for model scope, the dataset, codes, and contribution guide are all open source on GitHub. So links are on the slide. We welcome your feedback and contributions. Thank you.